Now we're going to talk about something called heat capacity. Have you ever noticed, maybe you go to a restaurant and you get a plate of food, and let's say you went to a steakhouse and you've got your steak and you've got a baked potato and you've got a piece of Texas toast. Have you ever noticed that some foods stay hot longer than others? That toast is going to get cold real fast, isn't it? And that baked potato is going to stay hot forever, right? It has to do with the heat capacity of the substances in that food. It's actually science. So heat capacity is the quantity of heat that's required to change the temperature of a given amount of substance by 1 degree Celsius. When something cools down, it releases heat. And so some foods, like baked potatoes, are going to release a lot more heat for every degree they cool down than other foods like Texas toast. It actually comes down mostly to the water content. Toast has very little water in it. Potatoes have a lot of water in them. Water has a very high heat capacity. So the heat capacity is quantity of heat to change the temperature of a given amount by 1 degree Celsius. When we express that amount in grams, we call it the specific heat capacity, or sometimes we just call it specific heat. And the units then would be joules per gram per degree Celsius. And written out, that looks like this. So it's joules over gram degree Celsius. Joule over gram degree Celsius. So the number of joules to raise the temperature of 1 gram, 1 degree Celsius. That sounds a little bit like the definition of the calorie, doesn't it? Calorie was the amount of heat to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. So here's a table of specific heat capacities of some different substances. Look at water. Water has a specific heat capacity of 4.184 joules per gram degree Celsius. And look at something like copper or aluminum. 0.903. 0.903 joules per gram degree Celsius. That means that it takes a lot less heat to heat up aluminum than it does water. That's why we use metal for pans, cookware, because they transfer heat well. They heat up quickly. So water has a really unusually high specific heat capacity. This table is in your textbook, and you may need to refer to it when doing homework problems, because these are constants, and we don't expect you to memorize them. The only one I know is that of water, and I only know that because I've used it so much. The rest of them I just go look up.